Al Shalamti. Again I say, Al Shalamti. Tenestalin, Hotep, Wakanda. Vigilant men, virtuous women, and learning students. My names are Dr. Richard Yates, the host of this biblical quiz question program called Bible Quiz Questions. However, before we get into the program, talking about many unanswered questions that do come up, that in a reference to the Bible, I'd like to ask the fundamental question. And the fundamental question is, how many major religions are there in the world? Before we even talk about the Bible, in all fairness, we should be talking about other religious books to bring mizan, balance, to this opportune moment of having Bible quiz questions. How many major religions are there in the world? There are 5 major religions in the world. What are those religions? Can you tell me what those religions are? As you see on the screen, it says there are 5 major religions in the world. Can you name those religions? The telephone line will be open on this program for us all to hear others commenting on the questions being asked or attempting to answer the questions. Several questions will be asked in this program. The first question is, what are the 5 major religions in the world? The second question, keep in mind that this program is a program designed for you, the viewers, to learn more of the Bible. You also be learning more of the Quran, more of the Gitas, the Bhagavad Gita, or this, more of the Torah. There are many religious books out there. In this country called Guyana, the 3 major religions of this country will be heard in this program. As for now, we need to know what are the 5 major religions in the world. You will see the telephone number coming up on the screen pretty soon to give you the opportunity to call and attempt or do answer the question. You can attempt answering the question, or you can answer the questions that will be asked here. The second question that will be asked in the program has to do with what part of the Bible? Think about it. Which part of the KJV Bible? When I say KJV, I'm talking about the King James Version of the Bible. How many times the word religion is mentioned in the King James Version of the Bible? Do you have any idea? Or do you K-N-O-W? And Dr. Yates likes to pronounce that word Kenow instead of N-O, no. Do you Kenow, as they say in English? No. How many times the word religion is mentioned in the Bible? Are you aware of that? Well, we are going to learn all that on this evening here on this program. It has to do with learning more of the Bible that a lot of people may not be aware of the answers that they have been asking. No one has been answering their questions. So you stay with us. I'll give you an opportunity for us to view some of those questions coming up right here on this program as we take a look of some of those questions. Again, I say, welcome to Bible Quiz Questions. We go to the telephone. Someone is calling, and let's see if they're ready to answer the question. Pleasant good evening. Thanks for calling. I guess we lost that caller. Good evening. Thanks for calling. Would you like to answer the question? All right. Okay. Now, this is what I need you to do. As the operator put the telephone number on the screen, you will get a chance to learn what the numbers are to call. By learning what the numbers are, then you can make the call. For those people who want to text me the answer to some of these biblical questions this evening, you can text me at 592-693-3388. Those are the telephone numbers that you can text me or WhatsApp me, 592-693-3388. Those are the telephone numbers for you to send me an answer by text, by WhatsApp, or you can call the television station as they show the number on the screen for you, the folks, to call. Now, the first question I ask as the operators get ready to put the telephone numbers on the screen, the first number I asked was, what are the 5 major religions in the world? Let's go to the phone and see who might have that. Turn your TV down, please. Good evening. All right? All right. Well, it is by now, folks who are watching television live programs should learn that when you call and you hear the phone ringing, there's an opportunity your call will be accepted. So the first thing you have to do is either put your television on mute or you turn the volume down, and so that we can take the call without any feed forward, they call feedback. Good evening. Thanks for calling. Good evening. Okay. Well, you're missing those calls. Now, let me share this with you. The first question I ask is, what are the 5 major religions in the world? Let me give you the answer so we can move on to other questions. The 5 major religions in the world are, the first one would be Hinduism. Yes, Hinduism is the first, the oldest and the first. Secondly, it would be Buddhism. Buddhism came out of Hinduism. Is out of Hinduism, the religion called Buddhism, is actually Buddhism, not Buddhism, Buddhism. That is the second major religion in the world. The third major religion in the world would be what is called Judaism. Judaism be the third. And the fourth religion in the world would be Christianity. Christianity. And the fifth would be Islam. The fifth, Islam. So the 5 major religions in the world would be Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Those are the 5 major religions of the world. Have you ever wondered which is the true religion? Have you ever heard that each one of them said that they are the true religion? We have so many religions in the world. The question is why we are not being educated about the origin of these religions. The more we learn of other religions is the more we learn about ourselves. And the more we learn why, when, and how these religions were invented. Now, let me see someone's on the telephone line. Let's see who's on the line. Good evening. Good evening. All right. Okay.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good afternoon. Now you put the phone on the right way to get to hear persons. Now the answers that I'm supposed to give you for the Bible question, you already answer it.
No, well, I'm glad you called. And would you like to answer the other question?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Well, I wanted to answer the first one, and you already answered it out because you didn't fix the phone right.
Okay. Well, we'll give you the opportunity to answer other questions. Will that be okay with you?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Great. All right. Let's see who else is on the phone. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Okay. Try again. Okay. So the second question was, how many times the word religion is mentioned in the KJV Bible, in the King James Version of the Bible? And I'm hoping that the operator will give us a chance to bring up the other questions so that you can see the question in advance while I'm talking to you. If the question come up on the screen, at least you can be prepared in advance of what the questions are, so I can go straight to the phone and give you a chance to answer the question. Pleasant good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. All right. Okay. The question is, how many times the word religion is mentioned in the King James Version of the Bible? Good evening. I'm not hearing any voice.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. What a wonderful voice. Can you please tell us where you're at right now?
I'm in Sophia.
Sophia, wonderful. Are you a student?
No,
You're not a student? You don't attend university or college or school?
no,
Oh, okay, good for you. So you are an adult?
no,
Okay. Are you a child?
yes,
And don't you go to school?
yes,
So that's what I'm asking you. Are you a student?
yes.
Oh, wonderful. Great. So you want to answer the question? How many times the word religion is mentioned in the Bible? Okay. I don't think you're ready. Good. All right. So for the sake of time, actually sake of minutes, not time, be always in time, we need for people to call with the answer to the question. All right? I'm thankful for the 2 callers so far. And let's go to the telephone. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, hi, good evening. Would you please tell us where you're at as you're calling right now?
The East Coast of the Mirror,
The East Coast of Demerara. And what's the name of that community or village?
Nabarcliff.
What's it called?
Nabarcliff.
Wonderful. And the answer to the question is?
That's the question with the word religion.
The question is, how many times the word religion is mentioned in the Bible?
It's not mentioned in the Bible.
It's not mentioned in the Bible? Okay. Could you please turn on your television?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Okay. I would accept that answer. However, it is mentioned in the New Testament.
In the New Testament.
Yes, it is. Please turn on your television. All right. It is mentioned in the New Testament. I would accept your answer by saying it's not mentioned in the Bible. And here's the reason why. The New Testament is not the Bible. The New Testament is part of the Bible. The Old Testament is not the Bible. The Old Testament is part of the Bible. The Bible is comprised of 2 segments, Old and New Testament. So this word religion is nowhere in the Old Testament. So when you say it's not in the Bible, I would accept that answer, yes. But that's not the question I'm asking. I'm asking how many times it's mentioned. So rightfully, when you say it's not mentioned in the Bible, you're correct. Then the question should be then, how many times it is mentioned in the New Testament? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea how many times it's mentioned in the New Testament?
I'll call you back and get it.
Okay, thanks for trying. All right, wonderful. Good. So let's move on to the other questions, because what I'm going to do is give other questions the opportunity to be seen on the screen and for me to ask, to give you an opportunity to call, okay, and answer. Let's put up the third question for the evening, and that question should be on the screen. Good, there it is. What are the names of the 5? Okay. What are the names of the first 5 books of the Old Testament is titled? There are, in the Old Testament of the Bible, the first 5 books, it is given a title. What is the title of those first 5 books? What are they called? Okay, let's go to the phone and see who has the answer. Good evening. Good evening. Okay. Good evening. All right. Try again, and let me give you the opportunity. All right, there we go. Good evening. Okay. I guess one of the lines are not coming through. Maybe only the second line.
Lamsi.
Yeah, Al-Shalamti. Thank you for calling. And would you tell us where you at as you're calling right now?
I'm a Pleasant.
Ah, that's the village in which I grew up. Are you in Plaisance or Plaisance? Which one? Are you in Plaisance or Plaisance? Which one are you in? Oh. Listen, folks, I'm not going to just give you a chance just to answer a question like that. We're going to have a conversation, and we're going to have fun talking and answering the questions, all right? Okay, here we go. Good evening. Good evening.
The 5 books of the books of Moses.
Say that again. The first 5 books of the Bible is called what?
The book of Moses.
Good try. Good try. Let's hear what other people have to say. Thank you for calling. Okay. He said the book of Moses. Pleasant good evening. Thanks for calling. Do you have the answer to the question?
Oh, hi. Yeah, the 5 book of the Old Testament, is it the Torah?
Yes. I accept that answer because it is called the Torah.
Yes.
Yes, very good. And would you tell us where you at as you're calling right now? Where you at?
I'm calling from Echoes.
Okay, you're in Eccles. Wonderful. The Torah is the correct answer. All right? There's another name for it too, but I accept the Torah. Well said. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, bless you. Bye.
All right, let's see who else has the answer out there. Pleasant good evening. Thanks for calling. Do you have the answer to the question?
Yes, I do.
All
Good
right.
evening.
Good evening. And what the first 5 books of the Bible is called besides the Torah? Or you had Torah in mind also?
I think that the first books are called the books of Moses.
People call it the Book of Moses, but that's not the right name. It's not the Book of Moses.
Name.
But good try. Thank you for trying, all right?
Okay.
All right. You know, I keep saying good evening, but it's actually in the afternoon. And in the studio, it looks like night, so I keep saying good evening. But I'll just say greetings, and I'll cover any time of the day, morning or night. All right? Let's go to the phones. And here. Thank you for calling.
Hi, good afternoon. The answer to
The question.
that has to do with the number of times you can find religion in the New Testament. It's 5 times.
Oh, good, wonderful. How many times the word religion is mentioned in the New Testament? 5 times?
5 times.
Okay, can you tell us where we can look it and find it? What book is it found? What's the first book you can find the word religion in?
It can be found in Galatians. I can't remember exactly.
Okay,
the
all right,
book.
okay.
Galatians is one.
Galatians, okay, where else?
Acts is another.
Acts is another, where else?
Yes, and the others are evading my memory right now.
Oh, so that's 2 out of 5 you got so far.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for trying. Wonderful.
Right.
Okay, interesting. I like that. Folks are making an attempt to answer the question. Remember the one was, what part of the New Testament? Remember the word religion not found nowhere in the Old Testament at all. Interesting, isn't it? And people say, I'm of this religion, that religion, but it's not even found in the Old Testament. And the Old Testament of the King James Version of the Bible is comprised of 3/9, they call 39 books. The New Testament is comprised of 2/7, they call 27 books. So the entire King James Version of the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, is 66 books. Now, the New Testament is the only book where the word religion is found. Someone just called and said 5 times. According to my studies, it's not 5 times, but I'm glad that the person called. All right? Okay, let's go to the telephone. Pleasant good evening. Thanks for calling.
Hello, good evening. The 5 books of the Old Testament is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. I think that's 4, nah?
That's 4, yeah? You're missing one.
The Numbers.
Numbers, right. Those are the name of the 5 first books.
Good.
That is true. But we're asking, what are those 5 books are called? Now, a lady called earlier, she says it's called the Torah, which is true.
Yeah, but here, what is the purpose really of these Bible quiz? When the people then need to know Jesus as the Savior.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. Here's the reason why I'm glad you mentioned that. That is a religious program about Jesus as a Savior. This program not about Jesus as a Savior or about Muhammad as the last prophet and all that. No. This program is asking questions for people to answer based on the questions being asked. You see? It's a quiz. It's a quiz. Bible quiz questions. Questions that been asked and perhaps never been answered. Okay? Like, for example, I'll give you a question real quick now. Another question adding to the pot. All right? Matter of fact, let me give the answer to the... Oh, someone else on the line. Let's give them a chance. Greetings. Good evening. Greetings.
The same person from Pleasant.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Are you living in Prince William Street or Victoria Road?
Prince William.
That's Pleasant. Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The word religion is mentioned 7 times in the Bible.
Okay. Is it how many times in the Old Testament? How many times is mentioned in the Old Testament?
No time.
Then it's not mentioned in the Bible. You see? If it's only mentioned in the New Testament, you see, the New Testament is not the Bible. The Bible is comprised of Old and New Testament.
Okay.
You get it? All right? So technically speaking, you say it mentioned 7 times in the New Testament.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not mentioned in the Bible, but it's mentioned in the New Testament. You say 7 times? All right. What is the first book is mentioned in the New Testament? What was the first book?
Matthew.
Matthew? No, it's not mentioned there. But thanks for trying. Okay. All right, folks. Because of time's sake, all right, I can leave some of these questions with you so that the next program, you'll be prepared. If you keep watching this television station or if you call me at 592-693-3388, I can forward you, I can text you the questions ahead of time before the program comes on next Friday. I like to call it Free Day. All right? They call it Friday. So text me, okay, 592-693-3388, and I will forward you the questions ahead of time. All right? Or I can send you my Facebook page, okay? We can go on and you can see the questions before the program comes on. You have at least 6 to 7 days preparing for these questions, all right? Great. There are 2 more questions I'm going to put out to you so prepare you for the coming program. One is, what was the name the Creator called the first woman? The first woman, all right? The first woman mentioned in the Bible, what name the Creator called her? Okay? That's for next coming Friday. And the other question is, how many times, listen to this carefully, how many books in the Bible, remember 6 books, right? 6. How many books in the Bible, the name J-E-S-U-S, Jesus is not mentioned? How many books in the Bible you cannot find the name Jesus is not mentioned? Remember, the total of books are 6. I'm going to give you a clue. And the majority of those books, you won't find the name Jesus nowhere mentioned there. Interesting, isn't it? Also, you will not find the name G-O-D, God, in all the books of the Bible. Now, remember I told you, this program is designed for you to learn much more. So if you want to learn much more, you text me or you call me. 693-3388, 693-3388, or you can text me, 592-693-3388. This is yours truly, Dr. Yates, the inventor of Grassmatics, hosting a television program here on Safe TV 2 titled Bible Quiz Questions. Hopefully you, the callers, will give us the answer. All right? And before I go real quick, let me give you the answer to some of the questions being asked. The word religion is only mentioned once in the New Testament. Only once. It's not mentioned in Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. It's not even mentioned in the book of Acts and so on. It's mentioned once. You look it up and you'll be surprised. Only once it's mentioned in the Bible, and it is referring to an act of taking care of the widow, the orphans, and little children. It has nothing to do with Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, and all these things, according to the Bible. It is called pure religion. It's the act of doing good to a woman who lost her husband, and she has to take care of it. She's a widow, or if she has children, religion is for you to take care of that person and those children. It's called pure religion, only mentioned once in the New Testament. This is yours truly, Dr. Yates, saying thank you very much for lending a listening ear. And I say unto you, as I leave, Wakanda forever, Shalamti, Al, Shalom, Salam, Hotep.